today as a student?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, awesome. Just says optic neuritis.
Let's say.
All right, so like I said, I'm Nolan. I'm a student of physical therapy. Okay if I work with you?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So before we get started, just got a few questions for you. Could I get you to go ahead and verify your name and date of birth for me, please?
Name's Sarah Tonin, born 1974.
Okay. Do you know where you're at right now, Sarah?
This is the USM hospital.
Yep, that's right. Right here, USM Hospital. Can you tell me why you're here?
Work on my training. You're gonna get me stronger, right?
Yep, that's the plan. And do you know what day of the week it is?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Good job, Sarah. So yeah, like you said, sort of our job here as physical therapists, get you up, get you moving, get you stronger. Hopefully just prolong some of those MS symptoms as long as we can. That's really our primary goal here, is to keep you as independent and as functional as we can for as long as we can, okay? So with that being said, a couple education things just to keep in mind. I know we're dealing with some optic neuritis and having trouble seeing on the left side here. So I'm gonna try and stay on the right, but if I get too far out of your sight, just say, hey, come back to the right, or just wave me down, do whatever. I'll make sure to make note of it and stay on the side where you can see me the whole time, okay? A couple more things. Like I said, once we get up and get going, we're gonna do everything right back behind us. And I have a chair on each side. So if you feel fatigued or tired at all, you just let me know and we can take a nice rest break, quick pause, do some deep breathing, relax, and then get back to the intervention, okay? We want to obviously push ourselves, but not too hard, okay?
Okay.
And then another thing to keep in mind, we can get a cold rag if it becomes a real issue, but with MS, there's a high chance of possibly like overheating or sweating or stuff like that. So if you just start to feel warm a little at all, just let me know. Like I said, we can rest, and if we need to, we can get a cold rag on your face or something like that to cool you off, okay? All right, so our first, we're gonna do a couple tests, and then we'll do an intervention, and then I'll send you home with some exercises, okay? For our first test, we'll head back there, but before we go anywhere, I'm gonna throw this seat belt on you, just to make sure that you and I are both safe. And I know you use a walker out in the community, but inside you don't need an assistive device, so are you okay? Or a cane, not a walker, sorry. Are you okay with out your cane today?
Yeah, I think.
Like I said, I'll be right here with the gate belt, so nothing's gonna happen. Big trust, Sarah. Already done with you.
That's why I'm here.
Alright, so whenever you're ready, we'll head on over to your right there. Perfect. Good. Start standing right in front of this one. Unless you need to rest at all.
I think I'll be okay for now.
You okay for now? Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is called a modified sit sib. So we'll start off the foam pad, feet together, arms crossed, and then we'll hang out here for 30 seconds, okay? If we can do that, I'll have you close your eyes for another 30 seconds. And then if we can do all that, I'll have you stand up on the foam pad, same thing, feet together, arms crossed, eyes open, 30. Okay? Okay. So first one, we'll just start moderate, so maybe, but start eyes open, arms crossed, feet together, good. And then timer is started.
Hands up.
Okay, so next one, just like I showed you, same position, but go ahead and close your eyes for me. And timer started.
Hands up.
Okay, a little sway there, but you managed to keep your feet in the same spot. So now we'll go up on the foam pad. You still doing all right, or you need a rest?
I think I can make it through this.
Okay, just let me know. All right, so same thing, arms crossed, eyes open. I'll go ahead and close those eyes.
Hands up.
Okay, well, you were swaying a lot, so I definitely docked you. You can go ahead and step off the foam pad. And then let's go ahead and take a seat. Yeah, take a seat, because I'll hit on some of these next things too. Okay, so really you got 30 seconds for all four. The last one, I'll make note that you were swaying quite a bit, but our feet never moved, so we will count that. So now we'll get into our outcome measure, what we call the FGA, so the functional gait assessment. So the first thing we're gonna do, because I noticed in your case kind of your interview. You said you're having difficulties gardening, a lot of head turns left and right and up and down. So the first one we're gonna do is kind of what you're struggling with is turning our head right and left. So what I'll have you do is take 3 steps. So 1, 2, 3, turn our head to the right, 1, 2, 3, left. And then we'll just go back and forth until we do both of those twice. Okay, so that'll be the first test we'll do. The second test, very similar, but instead of right and left, we'll go up and down. So it'll be like 1, 2, 3, up, 1, 2, 3, down, and then just repeat that cycle. Again, we'll try and do that 2 times, okay? And then the last thing we'll do is, because I know out in the garden and stuff, there's probably a lot of obstacles in the way. So the last one I really want to do today is stepping over an object that's approximately 2 shoe boxes high.
Okay.
So I got this cone. It's roughly about 9 inches off the floor there, so we'll be good with that. And what I want you to do is just walk to it, and I want you to make sure you're stepping over. Don't try and come around it. Okay? But if you have to come around it, obviously rather that than take a fall or something like that. But big thing is stepping over that cone, okay? Right. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and stand up here.
Who's doing that?
Good.
Crazy.
All right. Same thing. I had a chair over there, but I think my assistant took the left.
Sorry.
There's 2 more chairs over there for you. So if we get down there and you need a rest break, just let me know. We can sit down and hang out over there, okay? So whenever you're ready, take 3 steps and then turn around. Okay, that's good. Okay, all right, let's just slowly turn around. And now same thing, 1, 2, 3, but this time looking up and down. Okay, whenever you're ready. Okay, doing all right?
Yeah.
You want to sit back down before this last one, maybe? Quick second. All right, and then whenever you're ready, I'll have you stay there, get the cone set up. So same thing now, remember, try and step over the cone, not around. Whenever you're ready here.
Step over it?
Nope. Okay, Cher, let's go ahead and sit down right there for me, okay? You did a great job. So, for the head turns right and left, I would probably score you a 1 just because you really had to slow down when you were turning and you were deviating pretty far to the right and left. Okay, so probably a 1 for that one. And then for the vertical head turns, I'd probably give you a 2. You slowed down, but not as much as when you were turning right and left. So a little better on that one. And then for the step over, I would probably give you probably a 2 also. You were able to clear the box, but you slowed down just a little bit. So probably give you a 2 on that one. And all this means is it just gives me a good baseline where we're at right now. Our goal is to get to a 3 on everything. So being able to walk fluidly, turning our head right and left, up and down, and then getting over objects with no problem. Okay?
Sounds good.
All right. So now you stay there. I'm gonna get just a couple more things set up here. Okay? And then we will pretend that there's a mirror right there. You see that man in all black? That's gonna be our mirror. So I've got a tape mark just like right on his chest, and I'm gonna put one right on your chest.
Okay.
And what I want you to do, pretty much anytime you see that mirror, is make sure your tape mark is in line with the mirror's tape mark. Okay, I'm gonna set this down. Okay, so for our lead up to our intervention, we're gonna practice weight shifts. So don't do anything yet, but I'm gonna have you stand up, and we're just gonna put 1 foot in front of the other, and then we're just gonna weight shift back and forth, okay? Same thing, make sure we're looking up at the mirror, staying in that line. Great job, mirror. Then come back, and then we'll do the left foot. Same thing, weight shifts, staying in line with the mirror, okay? Once we do that, we're gonna get into our functional intervention. So I know your big thing is to get back to walking and feeling a little more balanced while you're walking with some of those head turns. So as you can see, I have this blue cone here, and I have that yellow cone up there. So we are gonna pretend that you are guarding, right? So you're gonna be standing here, and I'm gonna walk over towards the yellow cone, and I need to turn my head because I gotta see where that yellow cone's at, especially with your left side of vision. So you really gotta turn hard left. And we're gonna turn and walk to the yellow cone. Once we get here, I have to turn my head right and then pivot this way and then look down at the blue cone.
Okay.
Walk over to the blue cone and then squat down and simulate like you're planting the flower, okay? All right, and then once we do that, we can also, once we're here, we can do the opposite. So we can practice pulling some weeds from the garden and then coming over and throwing them in the wheelbarrow, okay? All right, if you need me to run you back through, I know that was a lot. I just wanted to demo, but obviously I'll be walking you through everything, okay? So whenever you're ready, we can go ahead and stand up, good? And then let's do that lead up. So right foot out in front, good. And then check yourself in Mr. Mirror there, pretty good. And then we'll just shift our weight forward, good. Now let's bring our right foot back, left foot out front, same thing. Oh, make sure we're in line there, good. Shift forward and back, good. Forward and back, all right? Bring that leg back. All right, do you need a rest before we start the intervention?
Yeah, it's getting a little hot after all that walking.
Rest, yep, I got a cool rag.
Fair things.
Dap you up a little.
All right, no more heat.
Okay.
He's good.
He's nice and cooled off. All right, so now whenever you're ready, we'll go ahead and stand up.
Okay.
And then let's go for that intervention. So really turn that head and look, pick up the flower. Good, while we're here, mirror check. Posture good, perfect. All right, turn. Now let's go plant the flower. Bend at the knees there. Good. Okay. Now that's no longer a flower. It's a pesky weed. It's gotta go.
I hate these
Let's
weeds.
pick that weed up. Good. Now we'll turn. Throw the weed in the wheelbarrow.
Weeds in the garden.
Good. All right. So now let's go ahead and sit back down. Feeling all right? Just a little pulled tires.
Just a little bit.
Okay. That's okay.
Got those weeds out of my garden.
Hey, what we needed. Your head turns already look much better. Not deviating in as much as we did in the test. So hold on. Bad side there. Probably couldn't see. Can you see me a little better now?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So to progress that, we could change the distance with that. We could make it a little higher, a little lower. We could make it further. We could make you do it quicker. We could throw in a foam pad that you have to walk over. We could throw in some obstacles that you have to juggle around. We could actually go outside and do this, which is what I prefer because you usually don't garden inside, do you?
No.
So maybe next time we'll work on that, okay? We could also make the flower heavier.
Okay.
So put like a 100-pound dumbbell as the flower. I think you could handle that.
I think those are
Okay,
the type of
yeah.
flowers I like.
We could definitely use that. And yeah, that's all the progressions I got for you. If we want to make our way back into the treatment room, and I'll run over your home exercise plan with you. All right? You did a great job today, Sarah.
Usually the flowers I have are much smaller. Smell.
Yeah, smell a little better than plastic. Oh, you need to bring some of that flour into my office. Okay, so Sarah, our HEP. Do you have a kitchen sink or something like that at home?
Yeah.
All right, awesome.
It's elderly.
So what I want you, well, you're 38, but okay.
Oh, yeah.
Use the kitchen sink here or just a countertop, and you're just gonna march.
Okay.
Like this, okay? That's gonna give us some hip strength, back in our hips there. Also, if you feel comfortable, I want you to march and do just some small head turn. That way we can work on that too, okay? Another one to do at the kitchen counter is just kind of shifting our weight back and forth here to really work on that balance, okay? And then another thing I want us to do, this is gonna help because a lot of people with MS kind of have some visual issues. I know you're dealing with some optic neuritis. So it's called saccades. And we're gonna add a head turn to it too to help with some of that dizziness. So I want you to just have pictures of your kids, husband, your dogs, whatever you wanna do. 2 pictures. Your
6,
flowers,
7.
your beautiful garden right here. And I want you to turn your eyes and then turn your head. And then I'm gonna turn my eyes to the other one, so right, and then turn my head. So I'm just going back and forth. So my eyes move first, and then my head moves, okay? And then the next one we're gonna do, because I know we were dealing with some calf tightness, preferably use a belt or something like that, not one of these because it's got some give. So you're just gonna wrap the belt around your right foot and just try and pull it up as much as you can. You should feel a nice stretch in the back of your leg there. All right, and then another thing You can go ahead and keep the band on your right foot, step on it with your left, and then we're gonna just pull our foot up. This is gonna strengthen the muscles in the front of our shin here to really help with walking and balance, okay? Right, Sarah, so like I said, just make sure you're monitoring those symptoms. If you get fatigued at all during these exercises, just sit down, take a deep breath. Try and avoid going out. I know it sucks because you like to garden, but on those super hot days, try and just stay inside or at least have a cold rag with you to make sure you're staying nice and cool. Next session, like I said, we will go through some of those progressions and keep working through the intervention to get you back to gardening and doing some of those things that you really enjoy doing, okay? Do you have any questions for me before I get out of here? All right. Always a pleasure, Sarah. Always. I'm gonna steal this gate belt from you, actually, before I get out of here.
You don't forget that.
Never. All right. You take it easy, Sarah.
Thank you.
Good job.